you guys saw that we just went to Hawaii, and we wanted to talk to you about how we flew Hawaiian for free. We planned this trip a year and a half in advance.
So far in advance.
Yeah, so we did about a year and a half because we knew my mom was going to be retiring and we wanted to go to Hawaii, so we kind of all planned it. And with that being said, when you plan that far out, you can definitely make some good plans too.
So we signed up for the Hawaiian Airlines card in order to accrue all those points. And we looked for the special offers when you sign up. We ended up getting a really amazing offer. We got, 90,000 points?
Yeah, so it was split up. So if we did like a certain amount in the 3 months, we got like 60. And then, or 70, and then if we did it towards 6 months, we ended up getting the full 90.
Yeah, and we haven't seen an offer like that since, so
no,
we got kind of lucky finding that in the right time frame when we were planning this trip.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
Currently, at the moment, I think their offer is 70,000 welcome points, and so we didn't have the credit card either. So we did that, but we kept an eye out for a good offer, and we saw it come up, and we decided to take that. Because we knew at least that was going to cover us for at least 2 full tickets on Hawaiian. So that being said, we do not promote credit cards. Obviously, there are people that are out there that are credit card people. There are ones that are not credit card people. So just understand that this is not for everyone. And this is the way that we did it. We did it responsibly. We don't carry credit card debt.
Yeah, we use ours kind of like a debit card. We put whatever our daily purchases are going to be on there. We pay it off at the end of the week when we get paid.
Yep, absolutely. So it's one of those things you don't want to carry this because it does have interest on it.
Carry the balances.
Yeah, so most of the time when you get the credit cards from the airlines, they do not have a 0 APR. They will always have some type of APR as soon as you get the card. So make sure that you understand that don't do it where you carry a balance. Plain and simple. Yeah.
So once we had that welcome offer of the 90,000 points, we looked on Hawaiian Airlines to see how much 3 tickets would be going full round trip, because it was us and our mother, my mother-in-law, your mom.
Yeah.
And what we found out was it was going to be roughly 120,000 points for all 3 tickets for these flights.
So that being said, the Hawaiian card doesn't have as good as a point total for what we use for everyday purchases. So once we got the welcome offer, we decided obviously to not use it. And granted, just to let you know, there is an annual fee with the card. Most of the airline cards are going to have one. You need to weigh out if it's worth the $100 or not. I think Hawaiian's is $99 a year. We have other trips planned, like to Australia and like to Japan and New Zealand, so we think we'll still get the use out of the card. But with that being said, we have our Amex accounts, and Amex has flight partners, and so we also, when we weren't using the Hawaiian card, we used our Amex card. And we use the same thing. It's used as a debit card. We pay it off every week. Some people pay it off every month. We prefer to pay it off every week, so that way we can kind of control better our spending. So we were able to rack up points on Amex as well too. And so what we did with those was we took those, transfer them over to Hawaiian when they had a really good deal. So I think ours was that when we did it for Amex, we got for every 1,000 points we transferred, we actually got an additional 1,000 or 1,500 points.
I think it was 1,500 because they charged you some, but you got some.
Yeah.
In the end, because there's always like a transfer rate when you're transferring points most of the time. But we ended up getting more points transferring that way.
Yeah. So we waited for Amex to have a good offer for that, and then we transferred that over. So then that gave us the boost of points that we needed to cover for all 3 tickets for the 120,000 points.
So yes, we were able to book on Hawaiian Airlines our flights for free, technically. We still spent that money, but we kind of figured instead of just bringing it out of our regular bank account, if we're going to be spending that money on groceries or whatever it might be, daily needs, we might as well get an extra benefit of airline points, Hawaiian miles, whatever it might be, so we can plan our trips and pay less when we're booking those.
Yeah, and it's just one of those nice things, like we said, if you can pay it off, monthly, weekly, whatever works for you, great, get the points. But if you know you're going to be in credit card debt because of this and extend yourself even further, do not do it. It's not worth it. I think that's probably what's wrong with, Americans now, unfortunately, is like we're not taught really how to handle this type of debt,
Yeah.
and it's not to be accrued. So like you have a mortgage, you have a car payment, those are things that you're kind of going to have. Don't technically have to have, but you don't want to add credit card debt to that because then that does put you in a financial strain. So make sure that if you're doing this, you're planning it out correctly, or if you have a big purchase and you want to get one of these cards and you have the money saved up in an account, make sure that you take that saved money and then put it right towards that purchase that you just did.
Yeah, that's how we do it for sure. We don't just put a big purchase on and be like, we'll pay it off eventually. We save up that money, put it on the card, and then pay it off right away.
Yeah. So that's just some of how we're flying and doing these trips and trying to save money with points. I know there's a lot of point hacking out there. I'm not very aware of it, but I'm getting better with doing research on it. Definitely, if you can plan it and it's in the future, obviously, and you have time to do everything, you can almost do this for any trip, I would assume. We did do some of this for our Amsterdam trip too. We used our Amex points for some of the Amsterdam flight, which was really great. Saved us a lot of money on that too.
Yeah, you can do it with hotels too.
Yep.
There's a lot of different options. It doesn't have to be just flights.
Yep. You got hotels, you've got car rentals, you've got flights. You can do all of that. So we just wanted to show you guys how we did it for this Hawaiian trip. And hopefully that's some good information for you guys. I know when I look into it, I get a little confused. So it's not easy.
It's not.
But stay tuned for the future trips that we have. And if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit subscribe. We're coming out with videos weekly, and we will see you on the next one.